So a lot of people have been asking, like, what I'm doing, why I'm up at the border, like, what's going on with all these other things. I am going back into work in the, like, forensic behavioral psychology investigations. My particular cases that I take on are usually children, women, refugees, and victims, American victims, human trafficked trying to get back into the country with no documentation. That is a very popular one. So I'm here, I'm doing the thing, I'm situating my business, my life around my vocation, around my volunteerism, around my faith, and I'm newer to Detroit, and so I'm doing what I've always done and adjusting to a new city. And that also means that I'm dating. I'm getting to know people. I am talking to people. I'm exchanging my phone number. I am in the process of still building the business and getting licenses in place. I've been fortunate enough to be able to work with shop owners and do some tattooing while my business has suffered some damages through storms and broken water mains, and still getting tattoos done. And putting back together my life after divorce and finishing up my education, and I'm taking on a lot of things and living my best life and doing the things that I've put off for family and for friends and for other people for far too long, and me, and living my life and being happy. And apparently I've pissed off a lot of people in doing that, but hey, fuck them. Like, if they're not happy, finish my education and do art and to volunteer and to be having an authentic relationship with myself, then I don't know where I'm supposed to change anything to accommodate anything other than myself, and making sure that I'm fed and my bills are paid and that I'm being a good person. I'm clean, I'm sober, I'm completely divorced, my kids are having kids, and I'm in a brand new, wonderful, fantastic city that I've dreamt of living in for a long time. We're in Detroit. So if somebody has like a particular place that they like to eat that I should check out, let me know. To contribute into tattooing, so that can fund me helping in the mental health field while I'm awaiting licenses. Dollars that I make sure to go through and do trauma assessment for other mental health counselors. I process a civil rights case for the lawyers that are here. I specifically go and address people that are assisting in anti-human trafficking, anti-ICE, because I am bar recognized in California as an arbiter and as a mediator. I haven't completely finished school, but I'm in a program for PsyD, which is law and mental health education. It's psychology as it applies to the law. I've used that in the position when I was working for various courts, district, municipal, superior, Department of Justice, to help children, all kinds of situations. I have always volunteered, even on my time off, for substance abuse counseling, which I'm specifically trained in. I had my own addictions. I'm peer certified and educated and previously licensed in North Carolina, Washington, and Hawaii. I bring all things together. I'm an educator in cognitive behavioral therapies, dialectic behavioral therapies. I spent nearly 30 years in education and mental health around children. I am finishing up my own doctoral thesis on addictions and personality disorders and how that all stems from childhood and how narcissistic relationships are based in breaking an addiction, and how behavioral issues are in breaking addictions that stem from childhood behaviors and injuries. I utilize art and music therapy when I work with clientele. So I understand where some of the confusion from clients and people in my field get things jumbled up from being a tattoo artist and from being heavily tattooed and, you know, my work, but these are all things that go together. They are all things that make me who I am. They are all things that have supported my life, and just there was times where I had to lean one direction or another because of my own issues with abusive relationships, with life, with finances, with all the things. So it's not that it's new or disjointed. You know, same person, same Raven. I branded all of my art and substance abuse counseling as Alice Hopkins. Alice being Go Ask Alice, which is a long-standing brand, which is long-standing in outreach towards adolescents, towards women, towards substance abuse, towards family regulatory issues. And when you're working in mental health, you are taught to speak in metaphors, you are taught to speak in analogies, you are taught to use, and I chose Alice in Wonderland and Go Ask Alice, a book by Beatrice Sparks, in relating to women's issues, substance abuse, family counseling, and Alice in Wonderland for super small children, where the Go Ask Alice wasn't appropriate, because it was something that was super recognizable, that follows like a scripted dialogue with archaic, style of writing, teaching the hero's journey. All of the characters are archetypes that could relate to children and to people, to identify with people in their own family. And if they weren't wanting to speak out and identify abusers within their own family, it gave them archetypes and characters to label, to be able to communicate, and I'd be able to work with them in therapy. So I don't know how much more to explain or clarify for people. These are all things that make sense to me. So if anybody still has questions on, my abilities, or why I do something that I do, or unclear, then please articulate, ask questions. But it's what I do. Nothing's changed, nothing's new. And the only thing that's new is that I'm thinking about myself before anybody else in my personal life. So come get tattooed. I'm working on my licenses, working on my building, still cook dinner, still have coffee, still do all the same things, except for I don't drink. I haven't done drugs in ages. The not drinking is a new thing, but that I went back on that because of a lot of stress in my life and allowing myself to be bulldozed by bullies and narcissists in my family. And it was a result of me not thinking about myself. So, go ask Alice.